Now, the growing power of big box retailers like Bunnings and Petstock and IKEA is about to be scrutinised by the Senate. ABC business reporter Emilia Terzon has been digging into the story. She joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, many people would be surprised at just how entrenched in the retail sector and parts of the sector these big box retailers are. What have you found?
So take pet retail. A couple of decades ago, you might go into a small little store that would sell you some dried food, some pet toys. Today, we have two major companies dominating the pet retail market. We have Petstock, which is partially owned by Woolworths, and we have Pet Barn, which is owned by a US equity fund. They have almost half the market, and small pet stores that are still remaining in the market are quite worried about their growing market power. I went into a small little pet store here in Melbourne recently, and they told me that they simply can't compete with the prices that are being offered by these big box pet retailers. Here is one of those pet store retailers speaking.
I mean, it fluctuates quite a lot these days. It's not what it used to be 2-3 years ago, where it was much more consistent. Now, some weeks it's a lot, some weeks it's not much. In terms of big bags, I would say about 8 to 10 big bags, when it used to be like much more than that.
Why do you think you're selling less dried food?
It's harder to compete with the big guys.
So that pet store owner there says he's actually not sure he can stay in business much longer. He says 5 years, he's not sure if he'll still be open. And it's not just pet stores that are worried about competing with these big companies. We've had issues raised in previous Senate inquiries by suppliers of major hardware chains such as Bunnings. We had some quite shocking allegations raised by plant suppliers to Bunnings recently. And this is all really starting to raise concerns about whether these companies have too much market power, whether they're squeezing out small businesses, and if they're abusing their market power.
So the Senate's taking a fresh look. Why has this been announced, and could it actually achieve anything?
So a new Senate inquiry into large format retailers like Petstock, like Bunnings, like IKEA has been announced, and that was in the wake of those allegations I said were raised in the Senate previously against Bunnings. It's going to look into whether there is this abusive market power happening, how suppliers are feeling, whether there's price gouging going on. And we do know that this is off the back of already some announcements that have been made. In fact, just today, the Treasurer has said that they're going to put into Parliament some new laws to make it easier for the regulators to look at mergers. We do already know that some things have been ruled out, though, divestment powers that could mean we could easily split up companies with too much market power have been ruled out. So it's unclear actually what this inquiry will do, but we do know that the bosses of the big companies are going to have to front it later this year.
Very much looking forward to seeing that happen as well. Great story, Emilia. Thank you. More details on the news homepage as well. And thank you for all of your comments on this. You've clearly hit a nerve here. Cindy says, I prefer to support small businesses. They offer a variety of unique products that are not found in every store, and the quality is often better.
And Susie, you are a woman close to my heart because I do the same thing. I am always happy to spend a little extra to keep our local shops. If I see a book online, I ring our local bookshop and ask them to order it in, even though I know that it will cost me more. So obviously a lot of people out there still trying to support those little businesses, even though these big box companies are muscling in.
Thank you for those comments.